Okay, yes. I have been gone for a long time, and I think it's time for me to explain where I've been. The good and the bad. It's actually mostly been really, really great. Let's get into it. You're also gonna see me change my hair multiple times throughout this video because I cannot figure, I don't know what I wanna do with it. My lips are chapped, it's late at night. I'm like aggressively flipping my hair. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, I really hope I fixed this banding issue on the camera. It has to do with shutter speed and the light that I'm using, so I'm hoping that it got a little bit better. And honestly, if it didn't, we'll figure it out next time. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Brooke Morrison. I am based in LA. I work in the music industry, and as you know, I have a YouTube channel. And for the past 6-7 months or so, I have not been updating it. And that is due to quite a few reasons, to be honest. There was just so much going on, and I knew for myself I had to take a break and focus on the things that honestly were kind of weighing on me. And one of those things, to be honest with you, which I can't actually say too much about, was that I had to take someone to court. Small claims, and again, can't say much about it. All I will say is that I had to spend a lot of time on that. And it was honestly very mentally draining, kind of sad and everything, and I had realized that I was not doing well in the situation, and it was taking a toll on other things in my life, including my job. So towards the beginning of the year, that's really what I was focused on. And then from there, as I was still uploading videos, I realized that, oh my God, like now I'm really unhappy in my job. And I was working at a record label. No hate towards the label. If you have found out like what label it is or where I was working, I guess kudos to you. I'm not really ever going to talk about it just because I don't really think there's a reason to, and I don't think they would be very happy about that either. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that as it is. But the reason I was unhappy with it is because I am absolutely meant to be in a studio, and it took me a really long time to come to terms with the fact that I was kind of living outside of what I felt like my purpose was. And I worked at the label for 2 years. I learned a lot. It was such a wonderful opportunity, and I got to do so many amazing things, but I needed to make a change. So the second thing that happened was that I went to a tarot card reading, and the tarot card reading was what triggered me knowing that I was in the wrong place. Not only with my job, but also like maybe with some friends and just some other things that I was really up to at the time. I was told pretty straight up, there is a dark cloud around you. There is this dark energy, and it is being sent to you by other people. And this is why I love tarot. She asked me outright, do you know who those people are? And I said, yes, I do. And she was like, well, now it is up to you to turn that around. The only person who can kind of solve this negativity is literally you, and you have to start manifesting the things that you do want in your life and positivity. Those are the only things that are going to kind of counteract what was happening. And I was like, great. Cool. So now I have to just figure all that out and like try to really work through some of the things that I felt were out of my hands, but to be honest, they weren't. And I had to start working on that. So then I got really, really deep into manifestations. And when I tell you I was outside in my neighborhood, pacing, walking around, speaking to the universe, like I felt like for the first time in my life, I was one of those people that was like, come on, universe, here's what I would like to do. Here are the things that I'm interested in. And, you know, I stopped necessarily asking and starting to say like, this is my life. This is my new life. This is what I'm doing. This is what I deserve. This is how I feel. And I would like to see that returned to me in other aspects of my life. And that actually worked in ways that were really shocking to me. Like I am a pretty spiritual person. I do love tarot card readings. I've learned a lot through tarot card readings, but because of things like that, I decided to first, as I was waiting on, you know, things in my career to take shape, finish my degree. So actually, one of the things that I did was finish my college degree. That had been weighing on me ever since 2015 when I did walk at the University of Missouri, but had started my job in radio and had kind of put finishing it to the wayside. While at the time I felt really good about that decision and my career was taking off, I definitely think that I had acted too hastily in deciding not to finish it. So that was something that meant a lot to me this year. I paid for the last few credits up front, and I finished my degree in 2 weeks. And I'm actually, I'm really proud of that. I think that like, if all of those things at the beginning of the year hadn't happened, I definitely wouldn't have been kind of pushed into doing something like this. And so I'm proud of myself. I feel like 2023 was a very successful year for me because of things like this. So that kind of started something in my life where I was like, okay, YouTube needs to take a backseat. And that was really painful for me because I love this channel, and I think it's growing in a way that I just am so proud of, and I love talking to you guys constantly. And so for me, that was kind of like, I know this is gonna be like, it's just gonna suck. But it was also something that I knew needed to happen. So I made the decision to stop posting at the beginning of the year, like probably March, April. And then I think I posted my last video, it was either a reaction or closer to when I posted the Suga concert vlog, which if you haven't watched that, go check that out. But of course I needed to do that because I love Suga and whatever. So then, luckily enough, as I am also manifesting a change into my career to get back into what I know best, which is radio, I was reached out to by a show that I had always wanted to work with, and they were looking for an executive producer of that show. And so I felt as if things were finally coming together in that aspect, and I jumped into the interviewing process, and that took 4 months. It was a long interview, but not as long as the label. The label took me 6 months of interviewing. This took 4, which isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things, but it was still kind of like, oh my God, for 4 months now I'm like going through multiple interviews, stressed, coming up with projects, you know, obviously trying to prove my worth. And that's always stressful regardless. And because the stakes were so high for me, like coming out of working for a label and then wanting to get back into radio, because, you know, I'm a former radio personality, who knows if that will happen again, if I'm gonna be back on air. But I knew that I needed to get back into a studio. So it was just such, like, it was aggressive. The amount of like, I needed to make it happen. I was like, universe, listen, just please, you know I can do this. This is what I know best. It's like the back of my hand type stuff. Like, this is what I can do. And lo and behold, I was offered the job. And it was just such a great moment for me. So, you know, this is like after finishing the degree, after realizing that, you know, I needed to put the channel on hold, like after taking somebody to court, like all these other things at the beginning of the year, the first 6 months of the year. And now in the second 6 months, I'm like offered a new job, quitting the label job, leaving something really cool that I'm really grateful for, but needed to move on from. And then while also like in the background, kind of like shedding some friends, shedding some other things that, you know, like didn't serve me. I got really back into like working out. I got ClassPass. Now I go to Pilates all the time. If you've been following my Instagram, like, and I don't expect you to, but it's at I am Brooke Morrison. You've seen what I've been up to. I've been really focused on bettering myself to the point where like I could really be proud of the person that I am becoming and that I wanted to be. So now, if you don't know, I actually work for a TikTok famous radio personality. His show is syndicated across 15 markets, and I happen to be his one and only producer. And, you know, obviously can't go much into detail about that other than the fact that I just feel so great about it, and he's actually a really great person. And in radio, you don't know if people are gonna be nice, to be honest with you. So then, because I valued that position so much, and because it had taken me so long to get back, you know, because I was let go from radio in 2020 because of the pandemic, you know, like all of us, we were all affected in one way or another, but this was such a long time coming for me that I knew that now I also needed to put YouTube on the back burner further and focus 1000% on that new job that I was offered. I am the one producer that show has. I attended a great TikTok festival with him as well. I've just been meeting so many amazing people. I've been meeting so many great celebrities. I met Dua Lipa this year. What the hell? Crazy. Well, I guess last year now, but just all these things came together in a way that I am so proud of. But I hope you understand that it was necessary for me to take this break. I feel better and stronger than ever. I am back. I would really like to focus on coming up with other content other than reactions to continue to connect with you guys and bring more to you from what I know how to do in the music industry. So I'm really hoping that you guys stick around and subscribe and hang out, and we'll do some cool stuff. And hopefully more interviews are on the way, and just like cool things that, you know, made me want to start this channel in the first place. So I'm hoping that explains a little bit and why I felt like it was just better for me to take the time off and to recollect myself, come back to where I needed to be as a person, as a creative, just everything. and I feel like I'm back. Stronger, better than ever. Had to flip my hair. Okay, sometimes the middle part I just don't think suits me. I don't know if this does either at this point. I don't know. But thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the things. You know I love to be here, and we're back. We're better than ever. We're doing stuff. More content is on the way. As always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye.